Hi friends, it's Julia. I'm here to do a wrap up of my Christmas in July and all the Christmas cards that I made. I want to show you what I have left of the big kit that I put together, and if you go back to the first of this series, you'll see the kit that I put together. This is all of my collection of just stuff that I used on all the little mini kits that I created. And I'll start here by showing you the stamps and everything. And I think I used the majority of all of them. I just have them here in this basket, close to my heart, Stampin' Up. There's Gossamer Blue, Stamps of Life, Sizzix. Yeah, I have tons of stamps and dies, Spellbinders, Old Quick Cuts, Close to My Heart. What is that? My Favorite Things. Yeah. Tons of dies and stamps that I used, and that's a box that I used throughout to kind of curtail my embellishments, if you will. But I think I got great use out of everything in this basket as far as stamps and dies go. This is what's left over of my box of paper, and there's some embellishments. A lot of this here is like these are the leftovers of cards that or Christmas trees that I have die cut out. These were in here to start with. I did not use them. I was going to make some shaker cards out of them, but I ended up not doing that. And so I still have these left over, and they'll go back into my stash because I still want to play with these. I still want to try shaker cards with them. Just not this year. Anyway, these are some of the die cuts that I have left, the bigger die cuts that can be used for either cards or scrapbooking. There's a sheet of stickers, and that's actually a card front that I created and then didn't end up using that one. Those are some leftover bits of border strips as well as some washi tape that I had left over. As far as the pattern paper goes, these are my glitter paper scraps. Now I'm going to go through there. Those are already cut into little border strips, so I'll put those over there. I'll go through here and I'll stamp, I'll cut out either border strips, border pieces, or die cut shapes or whatever from these bits and pieces. They won't go to waste. The same with all the metallic cardstocks that I have left over. They'll go back into my stash. I don't let those go to waste. This is what I have left as far as white, green, brown, black, tan, and kind of an off-white, and then my red. I think that's the one that I have probably, other than maybe the brown, I think that's the one that I have the most scraps of. As far as what I have left, as far as 8.5 by 11, you can see I have one sheet of that red, one sheet of cream left or tan, a couple sheets of brown, cream and off-white, and a few sheets of black from all the ones that I started with, a couple sheets of red, and then several sheets of green, 12 by 12. So you can see I use the heck out of this kit. Out of these extra things that I had added in. And these most of them will go back into my stash after I get done. I'll do, like I said, punch out some border shapes with them, or do some banners with them, or punch some circles out with them. Just different things, like there's tags and circles. These are all things that have been in my stash, and they'll go back into my stash. These are circles that I had previously cut out. They'll go back in. Those are all like bits and pieces, die cut shapes, 3x4 pocket page cards. These are leftover bits and pieces as well. There's tags and die cut shapes and more cut apart shapes. So all of that will go back in. Let me put this back in here and move it out of my way. This is a box where I had kept all of my, I needed to take my little, what do you call it, napkin holder with me to a retreat. And so I had this box where I had emptied out some adhesive. And so I used that to put these in. These are the embossed pieces that I had in here. There's gold ones, there's black, there's white. Yeah, those will go back into my stash. These foiled sheets of paper, they're 5x7s, will go back in. I had this sheet of cardstock 6x6, and I did. I used the heck out of it. It was brand new. This set of Stampin' Up, I still have tons of that left. I did not use any of that. These are the embellishments that match those. And then these glitter papers, I did not use those either. And then these were some of the bigger embellishments out of this one pouch that were more geared towards scrapbooking. And then a couple of 4x6 cut apart sheets. So that's as far as papers and things that I have left. Random embellishments. You know, I initially had this bag full of just randomness. Some of it's over there, and then some of it got included in here. There's a couple of die cut packs in here. There's stamped images. The first little mini kit that I played with, I put the die cut pieces in here. You can see all these little vellum pieces. There was tons of vellum and numbered and yeah, cardstock and all kinds of stuff in here. And I just put it all in this bowl. I'm not going to try and separate anything out. This is all going right back into that bag, and I'll use it with like scrapbook stuff. I do have these left, the sequins that I have left, and I've made pretty good progress on getting some of those used up. As far as all these little embellishments go, like those are punched out stars and circles with gold glitter. That's silver metallic and silver glitter. Some brads left. Gold paper clips, sequins, star sequins, the bigger sequins. I have tons left. It'll go back into my stash. At some point I will get it used, and my feelings aren't hurt about putting it back in my stash. Now, after each mini kit that I created, and this is where I kept them all. After each mini kit that I created, I did a little wrap up of what I had left of it. And I will tell you, I started with 6 and I completed 5 of them. I had this one left. Nope, not this one. Hold on. This one left. And I'll tell you, when I made that first video for this series, I told you guys that I really wanted to focus on using this one to create cards with. This paper pad from Market Street by My Mind's Eye, because I love this thing. I have been hoarding it since I bought it brand new. Guess what I did? I saved it till last because I didn't want to cut into it because it's so pretty. I still love this. But I'm going to keep it together because I'm going to keep this little mini kit together because everything works. And if for some reason I need additional embellishments or something from this, I'll pull them out. Otherwise, I think I'll save this till after this year, after 2019, and maybe utilize it in 2020 to make some Christmas cards. Yeah. How do you like that? Oh, there's a spool of ribbon too that was in my big kit. As far as kits go, the mini kits, now all of this stuff that's in here, most of it will go back into my stash, and I don't have any problems putting stuff back into my stash. Like this ribbon, there's only a little bit left on here. Rather than leave it on here, there's probably maybe two rounds left on this one. I'll pull it off probably and put it into my stray ribbon bowl where these will go back into. Like these deer heads, I said right up front I didn't know if I'd use them because they're so big and so heavy. For cards, I don't think they really worked. Paper-wise and cut-aparts, you can see that's what I have left. Not much. And like I said, these little mini kits got used up like crazy. And I am really thankful that I did this whole process. It was really fun. You know, the last couple of years I have focused on making a couple of cards a month so that by the time I got to the 1st of December, I had 40 or 50 cards ready to be mailed out. They were all done. But this way, I'm able to focus on it all in 1 month and get it all done. And I'll tell you, it has been so fun because I can come home from work and not want to get overly involved in maybe a scrapbook page or pulling a full kit out or doing something like that. But to pull one of these mini kits out and work with it, it has been a blast. I still have some Christmas paper, and I may put a few, like cut some 12 by 12 sheets of paper down, ones that I don't think I'm going to use for scrapbooking, and I may try to you know, reuse some of this stuff. Now this one I had quite a bit of paper left in here, paper scraps left in this one, but I only made 6 kits or 6 cards with this little mini kit, and that's okay. I'm really proud of everything that I did get accomplished, and I'll tell you guys, I made an enormous amount of cards. I'm going to show them all to you here in a minute, but that's just a brief overview of what I have left, and just to tell you, of the 6 mini kits that I created, I used them completely up, and just the one that I wanted to use the most, that's the one I have left over because I wanted to hoard it. I didn't want to cut into the paper anymore because it's too pretty. Yep, that's me. Anywho, so this is what I have. I have a total of 84 cards, guys. I had set out with a goal to make 40 to 50, I think, or 50 to 60 cards, and I surpassed that. I have 84 cards, which is absolutely astounding. You can see some of them are bigger, some of them are, most of them are the 4 1/4 by 5.5, but there are some that are 5 by 6.5, and that's okay. I'm good with that. I will have leftovers that will go into the next year. So my Christmas cards, every year, I have this box. It's got, I use some little tiny towel letters to put Christmas here, and that's just washi tape in there, and then washi tape around it, and then an old alpha sticker that had the bling on it. It says cards, so Christmas cards. And I just use washi tape to decorate the box. It's nothing fancy. It's just one of those photo boxes from Michael's or Hobby Lobby. But these are where I put cards like that. My husband donates a lot of money to like Humane Society. Yeah, these are Humane Society cards. And they send him every year, they send him packets of Christmas cards with matching envelopes. And I try to utilize those somehow or give them away. But anyway, this is from a kit that I created last year or the year before, and I had leftovers, and so they're in this box. These are all cards that I have created in the last several years, and I have I keep them in here because I'll eventually give them out. So the ones that I have left over this year will go into this box, and they will be used in the next several years. These are ones that a friend of mine made. She used to sell Close to My Heart product, and these are all pretty old, and I'm going to try and get these sent out this year, if I can remember to get that done, or if I get too excited to give away the ones that I just created. It all depends. But these are all ones that she had left over from making up kits for like making with home shows. She had pre-made kits and then didn't utilize some of them, and so she gave a lot of those leftovers to me, and so that's those. And then these are the ones that are leftover from ones that I've made in the past, and so these all that I have made will go in here. This first set, the first kit that I made with, there's 17 cards here, and you can see the pattern is basically, I try and make 2 or 3 cards with the same pattern. They don't always match, so I don't always feel bad if I send out the same card to a couple of different people. They're not getting, I just trashed that one, didn't I? The sequins popped off that. The adhesive got stuck. Oh, it can be fixed. And if not, it's okay. But I try and use the same pattern in making these cards multiple times, and if they get sent out to the same or to several different people, it's okay. I think they're still feeling like they got a unique homemade card because none of them are exactly alike as far as that goes. This next mini kit I created 19. Actually, I think this was the first kit that I started with. Yeah. This was the second kit that I worked with. This is the first one. And you can see, again, same pattern and a lot of the same embellishments, but they're different. Yeah, I love knowing that I utilized a recycled card. That was a Christmas card from a Christmas card that someone sent me, and I utilized that little bit on there. And you can see these have been sitting like by my front window, and I think they've just gotten too warm from the sun, and the bits and pieces are kind of falling all over the place. But I make these with the realization that most people do not keep their Christmas cards. They go right into the trash, and that's okay. I mean, I make them for them. They can do with them what they want to do with them. If they want to trash them, I'm okay with that. That's up to them. I just have fun making them. But you can see I have the best time, and I used tons of that embossed paper that I had. Yeah, so I feel like I got tons made. There's brads that I used on those, tons of wood veneer. Those old felt shapes that I've had forever. So I am way good sending these out. Those were 3x4 cards, pocket page cards that I cut down. And that's just, that was a 3x4 card, and those are scraps of paper, and then wooden embellishment there, a wood veneer embellishment, and it's done. I love that. I love that about making cards for Christmas, and how much you can get used of your stash. And you can see this is getting kind of snug in here, so I don't think all of these are going to fit. This one was the next set, and I made 23 out of this kit, and I love the bright bold colors with these. Some of them are bumpier than others, some of them are flat, and it's okay. I used a ton, hold on, my embellishment came off of that first one. Like I said, they've been sitting pretty much in the sun, and the embellishments pop off, and I'm okay with that. I mean, they'll fix before they get mailed out. So yeah, this one I love that, using scraps of paper. And that's one, and it was doing it. I used that basil cardstock, and those stickers did not stick down so great. I may have to go back through once I'm done with this video and glue some embellishments back down. It's not going to hurt my feelings to do a little bit more work on them before they go out in the mail at Christmas time. And over the next couple of months, rather than have to label and address, you know, all of them prior to the Christmas season, I'll do it now, so that when December rolls around, they'll be ready to go. Okay, and you can see my box is absolutely stuffed because these cards, some of them are very dimensional. I try and mail my flatter cards out. And there's the first 5x7 or 5x6.5 that I made. And I used that die, quilting die, to create that one. And then these are the next kit that I used. And with this one I made 19 cards. Sorry, some of these are upside down, but you can go back to the wrap up of each of these little mini kits and see if you want more detail on these cards. Some of the videos that I put together were pretty fast as far as getting it all in there and getting it all done. I didn't record every single moment. I love that. I used two of those red, or two of the die cut doves that I already had die cut, and created that, and I just love how that looks, the darker one under the lighter one, to give it a shadow. One of my favorites right there, and blue is not typically my Christmas color, but I give it away a lot. And here, because red is such a prominent color in the background, I use the off-white on the background and then the red in the front for that one. And then finally, the last kit with that golden craft, I made 6 cards with. So nothing frou-frou about these. They're just simple cards. Yeah, but 84 cards with this kit. I'm feeling pretty proud about how much I got used of my stash and how many cards I was able to make. I was able to utilize a ton of my own stash as far as the craft card stock, the white card stock, and then all that I used on these. I mean, I got a ton of stash used, and you know, I've replaced some of it. The 8.5 by 11s, I've replaced some. 12 by 12s, I haven't really started replacing any because I have so much of 12 by 12. So we'll see where this goes at the end of Christmas, what I have left. You know, we'll just take it a day at a time. But if you stuck around and you watch this series every day, thanks. I really appreciate that. And I hope I inspired you to get into your stash and to start creating, either making cards or layouts or whatever you want to do with it. I hope it inspires you to get in there and get it used up. Anyway, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.